June 9th, National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. That's right, we're making a pie again today. We've made so many already this year. But this is a new one for me. I've eaten it a bunch of times, store-bought of course, but I don't think I've ever made one. That's rhubarb. For those of you that don't know what rhubarb looks like, it looks like red celery. I don't think it tastes like it though. I don't know. But we got all our stuff ready here. It's not a lot of stuff today. It's going to be pretty fast, pretty easy. I did my dough ahead of time. Make your own pie dough. Really simple. After my last fiasco of buying the store-bought one and it was all cracked and broken and it was just a big headache trying to do, I'm just doing my own from now on. So it's 1 1/3 cup of flour, a stick of butter, ice cold, chopped into little cubey pieces, thrown into your food processor, pinch of salt, pulse it until it's like a coursey meal, then run your food processor to almost 2 1/3 tablespoons of ice cold water, drizzle into the spout as it's running. It comes together in a dough. Done. Wrap it up, hour in the refrigerator, take it out, ready to roll. Okay? Make your own. It's so much easier. But anyway, the rest of this stuff you're going to need 3/4 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, about a pound of rhubarb, and a pound of strawberries. Going to cut these up, cut those up, roll this out into our pie plate, and we'll be back in a minute. That simple, see? Easy one today. Going to flour this a little bit here. Okay, like I said, so much easier to make your own. I'm using a 10-inch pie plate. I use my mat here, my rolling mat, which has the markers on here, so it'll tell me exactly where I need to go. I need a 10-inch pie plate, probably a little bit bigger just because it's going to drop down and come up the sides a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out and then I'll get to chopping my stuff. Alright, be right back. Okay, one small little mistake I made today. I made my dough and I rolled it out and put it into my pie plate here, which is great, but I should have doubled up the dough because I don't have enough dough left to do my lattice top. I mean, I got a little bit here, so we're just going to wing it because I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to. I got my oven preheating already, 350, so I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to make another batch of dough and let that sit for an hour in the fridge and everything else. So I got enough here. I'm going to do a couple strips of lattice on top and we'll make the best of it. See, that's all you do with this. With baking and this show, sometimes stuff goes wrong and you just say, yeah, whatever, let's just make the best of it and eat a pie anyway. So we'll be right back to chop up our stuff and make a pie. Be right back. Okay, so I cut up all our strawberries and our rhubarb. Give you an idea what that looks like. I cut them, the rhubarb, kind of like you would celery, into, you know, like small, like 1/2-inch pieces, and cubed up my strawberries. Okay, we're just going to mix that all together. Now the thing I kind of liked about this recipe, which we're going to see, again, since I've never made this, never cooked with rhubarb before, the thing I kind of liked is with our other pies that we've made, we've had to cook this down first ahead of time with the sugar and the cornstarch and make a filling and then put that in there. With this one, this recipe I saw, you know, you just kind of do it all in here, dump it all in there and bake it. So that's what we're going to try today, and hopefully it works out right. Okay, so we're going to add our sugar because that's going to sweeten this up, and our cornstarch right to this mixture, and we're just going to mix this whole thing together. Okay, cornstarch is going to thicken up the juices that all of this fruit gives off in the pie to make that more, you know, traditional pie filling that's very gooey, so to speak. And then obviously the sugar is going to help sweeten everything up. Okay, okay, and that's all mixed together. Now I took a little bit of this mixture of the cornstarch and the sugar and just dusted the bottom of this pan just to make sure all the juices kind of get syrupy on the bottom there, okay, when this thing is baking. So now you just take your strawberries and your rhubarb into your pie crust. I should get as much of this mixture. As much of this mixture as you can of the sugar and the cornstarch, because again, that's That's the thing that's going to really make this thing thicken up when it's baking. Alrighty. So you just kind of spread that down. I thought it'd be a lot higher, but I guess not. We'll see how it bakes up. Now, like I said, I wish I would have made more dough to do more of a lattice, but I'm going to just try to do what I can with this little piece here and try to do as much of a lattice as I can, okay? Let me do that and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like before it goes in, alrighty? Okay, so there's the best I could do with what I had as far as my dough. I mean, I still think it looks nice. I'm hoping it bakes up nice. I'm going to do this in a 350 oven for about 45 minutes, but just keep an eye on your crust on the outside. Make sure you don't want this to burn. If it starts to brown up, then you're just going to put some foil around it, although I don't have much of a thick crust on the outside here. Okay, the other thing is make sure you put it on a baking sheet just in case, because this thing's going to give off a lot of juice, I'm guessing, when it cooks. So just in case it starts to spill over, you want to make sure it's getting caught on something and not all over your oven. Okay, so we'll see you in about 45 for our makeshift strawberry rhubarb pie. I think it's still going to be good. Okay, we're back. My pie's out of the oven. It's pretty sad, I know. Look, yeah. It's supposed to be a lattice on the top. It looks more like a string bikini. Okay, so it's a string bikini strawberry rhubarb pie, okay? It's summertime. It's alright that it's a string bikini, but that's all the dough that I had left. But I mean, other than that, it looks pretty good. I mean, there's definitely a lot of filling here, and it looks really cooked through. So, let's cut a piece and see what we got here. Give it our taste. I mean, it would have been nicer with more of a lattice, because the crust part is really what you kind of like about a pie. Is, you know, you like to have enough crust, and that thicker lattice on the top gives you that extra crust. But I mean, it looks pretty good. So let's give this a taste. The bottom is definitely cooked. Really nice flavor. It's sweet, but it's also tart, and I'm assuming that's from the rhubarb. Gives it that sour tart kind of taste. Yeah, I really like it. Got a really nice flavor. Probably could use some whipped cream or ice cream, but as usual, you know me, I like to try something the way it is first, just to see if the flavor's on. And it definitely is. It definitely needs more crust. Next time we'll double up on our dough. So if you're making this one from home, double up on your dough, because you ain't going to have enough to do a nice thick lattice on the top, or even do a full top. You don't even have to do the lattice if you don't want to. Do the full top and make the little hole to vent. And do that, and that way you'll have plenty of extra crust. But flavor spot on. Really nice. Really easy to do. Strawberry rhubarb pie, everybody. Enjoy this one. Have a great day. Drink tomorrow. We got a drink coming up, and it's going to be kind of cool. We're going to use that ice cream we made the other day. Alrighty? See you tomorrow.